everybody. My name is Chris, and welcome to my channel. I've in family court for about 3 years now since my child's been born. I've made a lot of mistakes. However, I've also learned a lot, and I like to share my experiences with you. So today, what we're going to be working on is how to initiate your case. Okay, so we're initiating our case for paternity, custody, legal or physical, parenting time, and child support. Paternity is essentially proving that you are the father. If you're married, there's an assumption that you are the father. However, if you're not married, there's zero presumption that you're the father. So if you're not married, you have to do a paternity test to prove that you are the father. Highly recommended, yes. Then we have custody. We have legal custody and or physical custody. Legal custody is the decision making on your child's behalf. So that's schooling, religion, health. That is what legal custody is. And usually legal custody is 50-50 normally. And then there's physical custody, and physical custody is where the child is mostly residing. So ideally, you would want to try to establish 50-50 physical custody as well as 50-50 legal custody so that you have equal time with your child. Then you have parenting time, which has to do with physical custody. Parenting time is your time with the child, usually the non-primary parent. So if the child is living with the mother most of the time, you are the child, you are the father that has parenting time. And again, that has to do with physical custody, and you want to obviously try to get as much time with your child as you can. And then, of course, there's child support. Child support's usually calculated based on the difference of income from the mother and the father. So it's a percentage difference. Uh, Child support is also based on physical custody. So the more overnights you get with your child, the less child support you're going to pay. Ideally, you want to try to equal out physical custody and child support. And I'll put a child support calculator in the link below. So we're going to start by Googling NJJEDS, New Jersey JEDS, and it's going to bring you to this page here. You're then going to click on this first link here that says Judiciary Electronic Document Submission. When you do that, it's going to bring you to this page. If you're already familiar, just go to click on Login, but if you're not, like most people, you're going to have to go to Register Now. Once you go through the registration process, it's just giving your information. It's going to bring you to this page right here. All right. And then what we want to focus on is this right here, which is then going to move us to this page here, and it's going to allow us to create a filing. You're going to need three components to your filing. You're going to need a confidential litigation form, a civil action verified complaint form, and sometimes you're going to need a certification, maybe not for your first initial filing, but a certification is going to give you a nice overview of your case to the judge and to the defendant and or the other attorney. So the first form we have is the confidential litigation information sheet. Um, you're just going to fill this out to the best of your ability. You may not know everything about the defendant. You may not have a docket number yet or a CS number because this is your initial filing, but they will issue those to you in the future. You'll just input those and save it. Again, just fill everything out to the best of your ability that you know. It's okay if you don't know things. You'll date and then you'll sign it. Um, you can normally save this to your desktop, and then when you go to resubmit it, you just fill everything back in and then just change the date. That way it makes it much easier for access. The second form you're going to have is the civil action verification complaint form. The first bunch of pages are just directions on how to use this form. Definitely I would highly recommend reading it and going over it. I will give you a link to download both of these forms in the description, but I just want to go over it here. So from page 13 on is the only thing you need to submit. You don't need to submit pages 1 through 12 because those are just directions. As a plaintiff, the person making the initial filing will be considered the plaintiff forever, and the defendant is the person that's being served or being given this information. Again, like I said, just fill in everything you possibly can. You're going to check verified complaint. And you're just going to go through each of these questions. Most of them are pretty self-explanatory. You'll know your situation based on, your circumstances. So just fill out everything to the best of your ability. What I want to really focus on here are the reasons, and they want you to explain in detail. Be just very concise and thorough. Let's just say, for example, you're looking for paternity. You're looking for custody, which is legal custody at the moment, and you can say physical custody here too. You're looking for parenting time. Don't say much more than that. That's all the judge needs to hear. And then of course you can just, if it's something else you're asking for, just put it here. This is not the place to disparage. This is not the place to get into everything. Just be very concise of what you want here. That way the judge is just going to quickly read it and say, okay, this is what you want. It's going to say the things that you need, the required attachments. So you'll already have the confidential litigation sheet. And of course, you won't have the parentage yet, but at some point they'll order it during your initiation. So again, you don't need these just yet, but in the future you will. And like I said, just answer everything to the best of your ability, and then your sign. You'll sign the bottom of it right up back up here, and of course your additional sheet. This is not the place to disparage again. It's just to be concise if you needed more room for what you're asking for from the judge. All right, so once you have your documents filled out, you're finally going to come back to this page. You're going to go to create a filing. It's going to be Superior Court. We're in New Jersey here. So I don't know what other states are at the moment, but New Jersey is Superior Court filing. I would probably imagine it's there too. Here's my personal information. Don't worry, I'll block that out for you guys. And we're going to continue. So what court were we at? We're doing family court. All right, what docket type? We haven't talked about this too much, but we're doing custody that doesn't involve divorce. At the moment, if yours does involve divorce, you'll put it here. But if you're not being divorced, or you're not getting divorced, and you're just like me and you've never been married, or you are married and you're not getting a divorce, you're just looking for relief, this is what you're going to pick. The venue, I'm in Monmouth County, so whatever venue you are in New Jersey, you're going to pick that. And then the filing category. You are in case initiation, so you're going to click case initiation. All right. The thing you're going to do is you're going to click on a complaint. That's what you are filing. You're filing a complaint at the moment. All right. You're then going to scroll down and press next. It's going to ask you to attach these things. The thing right here is it says FD complaint. This is the star. This is the thing that it's requiring you to do, which that's the second form you filled out. And then the confidential litigation form. Even though there's not a star, they're going to require you to do it, so you're going to attach that as well. Now, you don't have the paternity affidavit just yet because it's case initiation, so you're just going to wait for that. So once you attach these files, you're going to click next. Once you click next, it's going to go through a confirmation page. Once you go through the confirmation page, it's submitted. I'm not going to do it because I obviously have already done this. So there's nothing for me to submit, but you'll just attach your documents. Once they come up, you'll press next, and then it will be submitted to the court. And there's nothing else you need to do. Now, once everything is submitted to the court, it usually takes about 35 days to hear back. So you will most likely get a letter in the mail that says that you have a court date. If that court date is virtual, you'll also get an emailed link, and so will the other party. If it's not virtual, you may not get an email. You'll just get the letter in the mail. Now, at this point, you might ask yourself, do I need an attorney? That's completely up to you. I'm showing my examples through my whole case so far for 3 years with and without an attorney. If you're not confident, obviously an attorney is going to be great for you. Not everybody can afford one, but if you're confident, I'll show you and talk to you about how to present yourself in front of the judge just through some of these basic hearings. But again, once you click next, you're ready to go. Just wait for that paper in the mail that tells you when your hearing is. Thank you for coming to my channel. Please like and subscribe if you like the content. I look forward to educating you guys through my experiences. Let me know where you're at in your case, that way I can help. And remember to learn, adapt, and overcome.